he's not much of a second ball break guy. He's more of a head ball, spread him wide out and try and run out. Another thing, the 8-ball doesn't count on the break. If you make the 8 on the break, you have the option, the breaker has the option to either spot the 8-ball up or re-rack. Another BCA rule, you cannot win or lose on the break. You also do not lose by scratching on the 8. You only lose if you make the 8 and scratch. Joey is definitely more of an up-tempo kind of player. He doesn't really care for lollygagging around the table. Doesn't necessarily run around the table, but he definitely doesn't crawl around the table like at turtle speed or anything like that. I think he's still got enough of the 7 that you can see. I guess he's going to back cut the 4. I don't think. Yeah, that's just a low percentage shot. No, don't get me wrong. He took over control by moving his ball in front of the 10. But I think if he could have seen the 7, he would have been better off making it, taking his medicine, and trying to find another way to break out the 6. If he makes the 7, he can probably play the 4 in the side and get, if he gets good enough on it, he can use the 4 ball to break out the 6 instead of that severe of a full table cut. But to each his own. Looks like Joey got out there. Sorry, but I was ordering food. I really haven't eaten in like 8 to 10 hours. I'm just a wee bit hungry. While he's racking the balls up real quick, I'm going to go call out one more match, I do believe. Yep. I shall be right back. All right, everybody, I'm back. Tim, I know they serve food here. Here's the problem. I've been wearing a lot of different hats today. I've been uh, not tournament director, but associate tournament director. Uh, Trying to do this commentary thing while also reporting match scores, calling matches out, going and finding players because let's just be honest, pool players don't ever stay where they're supposed to. They always go wherever they want, and it's just impossible to get matches. Let's see. It looks like Chris's stripes. Play the 13 here. You can play the 13 and then float back down for the 9, or you can play the 9 right now and draw over for the 14 to make it easier. You won't have to make any contact with the 8. Looks like Joey's just going to bump the 2 ball out a little bit. Yep, tie up on the 6. Smart shot. Didn't see how Chris scratched. I don't know if he just had too much angle on the 14 or not. This is a tough hit right here. I don't know. The 3 rail kicks blocked. The 2 rail kicks blocked. I mean, he could shorten up a 2 rail kick. Maybe the 8 ball might be blocking that too, but he'd have to kick towards the backside of the 15. He still might scratch down there in the corner, so it's kind of a tough spot, tight predicament. Yep. And it's just, it was a really tight situation that he was in. Now Joey's got not an easy out, but I mean, the 2 ball, if it goes by the 15, then I'll be comfortable calling it an easy out. Tim, I'm surprised you didn't come play in this. You're a monster in this field, to be completely honest. Yeah, he shouldn't have any issues with this out whatsoever now. Can't tell if that's the 2 or the 4 ball. It's another problem with being a pool player that's colorblind. Differing between which ball is which is sometimes a little difficult. I really wasn't. Joey's not normally one to do anything fancy with the cue ball. He's normally just a straightforward pool player. Yeah, Tim, you got just as good of a shot as anybody. There's some real locals here playing this tournament. I mean, it is a local tournament, obviously, but I mean, with all the pros that showed up, I'm kind of surprised at the field. Louisville locals really trying to step up and show out. Joey with a really nice out there. All he has to do is drain the 8. I try my best, man. I do everything I can. Gotta hype up my boy. So the winner's side is actually looking pretty nice as far as like matchups go. Tomorrow, whenever we come back, if we do stream, I think we are going to stream an 8-ball match to start the day. Depends on how the bracket looks for the one pocket as well. But I mean, Joe there with a monstrous break. All he has to do is keep Whitey on the table. I mean, we might have Rail Yard Billiard Sports and Pub owner Kyle Ferguson. He could be matching up against Riley Atkins if he beats David Gerlich. Robert Frost and Pay McBride are waiting for a matchup. Mike Brown, Joe Pierce. I think that one's pretty tight as well. I mean, the entire winner's side right now is looking pretty slick. Tim. No, I mean, you never know. You might get a couple rolls here and there. I mean, everybody has their day, and sometimes it's just not, you know what I mean? Like, all it takes is you showing up one day to shoot really well, and then you might end up, snapping a bigger tournament like this. And this isn't necessarily a bigger tournament, but it's a tournament with some really big names. I mean, if these players are showing up for this tournament, which, don't get me wrong, great tournament, great cause, really, really glad. That's a really, really tough break for Chris right there. I know he can back cut the 5. I don't know if he can see enough of the 4 to play it, though. I'm really excited for the mini derb that we're having on, I believe it's the week before January. I don't have the exact dates in front of me at the moment. I should probably get those if I'm going to be on a live stream trying to promote this place. Yeah, I'm gonna get those eventually. But I've been in contact with a few people as far as potential pro players that could be coming and playing in it, and pretty stoked, not gonna lie. Right here, the 4 goes in the side, and it's actually not that difficult of a shot. Like, it's not tight at all. So you could take your miss and just kind of bump off the long rail back down into the towards the bottom rail. This is probably the one spot you don't want to be on this shot, 50-yard line. Tim, it's a hard life being a pilot, isn't it? Actually, I bet it is. That's got to be stressful. Really good shot there by Chris. A lot of people, a lot of non-pros, I'll put it that way. A lot of non-pros typically hit that with way more speed than's necessary. Chris plays it really well and makes a really, really nice out, honestly. I know y'all didn't get to see much of it whenever he was playing D, because D, I think, broke and ran 2 on him and almost had another 2. Jimbo, I'm trying, man. Like I said, I'm riding the struggle bus right now. It is a little tough running around and doing everything. Plus, with where the commentary booth is by our 9-foot diamond with 4¼ inch pockets, uh, our TV table. It's right behind it. So with being all the way back here, the microphone receiver doesn't reach. Now hold on everybody, I've got to update a score. All right, everybody, I'm back. Sorry, had a couple people coming up and asking how much further along we're going to play tonight, and I gave them the classic I do not know. That's a Kyle Ferguson question, not a Sean Denny question. Yeah, Tim, I think that's the life we're all looking for, but unfortunately, can't have everything nice. It is almost impossible to commentate whenever you're also trying to run the tournament. I'm slowly starting to figure that out. I also kind of like playing the ball behind the 13. I can't tell. I think it's the 12. I mean, yeah, you, that works too if he can draw straight back. Daniel, I am doing my best. The sad part is no paycheck for Sean. We don't accept paychecks around here, I guess. No, Kyle's got his hands full, and I'm not gonna say he really wanted to play. I'm sure he did really want to play, but I offered if he wanted any help, I'd help him out, and figured I'd give people a reason to make fun of me as far as the commentating goes. So here we are, back at it again. 1 second, everybody. Well, it looks like Chris can play putt-putt here. All he has to do is slow roll forward. Yep. Doesn't want to end up like too terribly straight here, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. either stun off of it. He can actually, and I'm not recommending this, but he could play the 15 rail first off the 3 ball if he wanted to create an angle. I don't think it's necessary. I think you draw straight back here. It's just, yeah. Now you play this pocket speed. That way, if you do happen to hang it, you just leave it hanging over the pocket and 7 doesn't go. Sorry, local house pro Louis DeMarco had to come report a score. Beat him and good friend Rob Wolford had a pretty intense battle. Went hill. Tim, you're right. He really did. He ain't gonna hang nothing, I guess. It's gotten a little funny, but I mean, if the 11, yeah, I think the 11 goes by the 1. I think he's actually got plenty of pocket. Man, the hunger's making me delusional. Starting to not see straight. Yeah, he had plenty of pocket. So right here, I'm probably playing the 9, playing a stop shot. That way I can play the 12 and come right back up for the 15. And if I don't get good enough on the 12 to come straight back up, probably gonna play for the 10 next. All right, so I got confirmation that this will be the last match that we put on this table tonight. We're gonna stop after this round of loser side completes the winner side. So Kyle Ferguson just came up and reported that he won, but he didn't actually tell me the score, and I do believe this is reporting to Fargo, so I can't log it in. He's hit that a little hard, but I think he's going to be all right. He's not going to like being on the rail. Well, Joey had a chance there, and I mean, it was a tough shot. Just trying to get really good on his next shot. Chris kind of looked like he rushed that one a little bit. I guess he just likes putting the 8-ball in the middle of the table. I don't know. Joey might be playing it safe here. Yep. That was a good effort. Kind of unfortunate that he broke out. All of Joey's cluster down there, but Joey's actually got a really good chance here to go up on the hill. I don't really think there's anything about this run out that's really all that difficult. Maybe the 3-ball because it's closer to the side, but he's got plenty of room. It's almost putt-putt. Now he's probably just going to play a stop shot on the 1. He might actually roll forward a hair, but he doesn't want to be on the rail. Oh, he's going to just make sure I wasn't really a huge fan of that. I really wasn't a huge fan of that. If he just inches forward after making the 1, he's got plenty of space to put draw on the cue ball, and he doesn't have to draw it back very far, and he's actually got a little bit of an angle to where he bounces out more towards the middle of the table. Instead, now he's created a really, really wide angle or a back cut on the 7. Nice recovery shot. Nothing fancy here, just make the ball or miss it. Let's see if Chris wants to put this game to bed. Oh, he went for the side pocket. I didn't think he was going to go there. I guess it was a little safer with the cue ball as long as you don't scratch, but I thought he was straight in, just going to try and drill it down in the corner, but oh well. What do I know? I'm not the one shooting. Really tried to get a hold of that one. Cue ball is currently rolling down to the other end of the room. Saved by local junior John Barsamian. So, yeah, I think stripes are definitely the move here. And with BCA, is ball in hand anywhere on the table, and solids just look terrible. Jimbo, you may or may not be right about that. I don't know. I'll ask him after he gets done shooting if he wants one. It was kind of peculiar. He's kind of left himself really funny. I don't know that that was the right opening shot with ball in hand. Tim, I will have you know that I have, at this point in time, ordered food. I just got to play the waiting game. I probably ordered the wrong thing. I ordered a pizza. That's probably the longest thing, or the thing that takes the longest on the menu. Joseph, I do not. I believe he only has 2. I will walk over there and check the score momentarily. I might have forgot to add a game whenever I was reporting a score in the online bracket. I'll walk over there here in just a second and check. Thank you, Tim. Your approval means the world to me. And Mr. Joseph, you were right. I did miss one. And now we're going hill. Tim, if you show me what all the bells and whistles on that plane do, I'll fly it for you. I'll even take half the salary. Why they got you going to Portland anyway? Man, it must suck working for UPS this time of year. Joseph, that's a very good question to ask. I mean, you can always fake it till you make it, right? Six ball really seems to be the only problem ball, and he tried to take care of it right there. Well, that's good, Tim. So he got the 16 or the 6 away from the pile out enough to where he can hit the whole ball. But now he's got a problem with the 13 blocking the pocket. Now, what he could do is he can just not slow roll. He can roll the 5 in and play the cue ball to where it's. Nope. Really wound up for that. Now, 6 goes past 13. Tim, what about Derby time? Are you going to have any time off for Derby, or? He's probably going to draw back over towards the 11A. He might hit it. Yep. Left himself a bank. See if the bank's open. This one's actually kind of tough. You're so close to the object ball that you almost have to slow roll it, and being straight on like this, you kind of want to overcut it a little bit, and that's you're gonna have to hit it a little harder than you want to. But you also got to put left-hand spin on it. I wouldn't put draw on it. That's just me though. I'm worried about not putting enough draw on it and it